Hey guys, it's Byron. I'm here with our 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. We are going to do something a little fun with this today. One of the things that Jeep people have been doing for as long as there have been Jeeps is driving around without the top and the doors on them. Now, for a long time, taking the top off a Jeep is kind of a production. I mean, it's one thing to just like drop a soft top. It's like any other convertible. It's pretty straightforward. But hard tops like this one are trickier. Now, fortunately, Jeep has actually made it a little easier to do this with the last couple generations. This one in particular. The doors are aluminum, so they're a little lighter, a little easier to remove. And the top itself is mostly composite, so there's really not a whole lot going on here that should be difficult. There are some logistical issues, but Jeep says you have everything you need to remove the top in this tiny little toolkit that actually comes with the car. There are a whopping 4 tools in here. So instead of using all the things that I've spent thousands of dollars accumulating over the course of car enthusiasm, I'm going to use this to remove that. Let's see how it goes. So the trickiest part of this whole process is going to be removing the back clamshell, which requires 2 people. That's just kind of an inevitability. It's impossible for one person to stand on both sides of the truck at the same time. But the part that actually requires the most concentration in all of this is going to be removing the doors, because we've got these little retention screws in the hinges that have to come out, and of course they provided the tool for it. And as you can see on the inside here, we have these little straps that connect the body to the door. These actually have the wiring harness running through them for the power locks and windows. That all has to be disconnected, which Jeep actually made pretty easy to do. So I'm gonna break this door down and remove it. I've already prepped the other 3, so they should come off pretty quickly. And once we've got those off, the top should come off pretty easily. So as you can see, that was pretty straightforward. Honestly, the toughest part about it is making sure that you don't bang up your own paint while you're trying to remove the pin, especially with a little ratchet like this. It's tough to get my face into the frame here, but as a little added bonus, underneath the back seat here, which just flips up, Jeep installed this handy little retention tray for all the random hardware that comes out of the top. So I may not be using the correct holes for these, but there are 8 of them and there are 8 of those, so why not? So while you're driving around, just in case you need to put panels back on or something, you have access to all the hardware that you needed to remove it in the first place. Okay, so now that the doors are off, the next trick is getting the actual roof panels. The small panels that go over the passenger compartment are actually pretty easy to remove. It's just a few tabs. You pop them open, lift it right off. The rear clamshells can be the tricky part. So for that, I'm going to have an assistant come. We're going to put on our masks and do this the right way. Okay, so now that we've got all the bolts out of the back and the defrost disconnected, which again was just a quick pull of one of the cords back there, as soon as my assistant gets here, we can yank this sucker off. Alright, so there you have it. With the tools they provided in the center console, managed to get almost everything off of this. The only thing we didn't do was put the windshield down, but why?